Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. So this from Crypto Outdoorsman here on Twitter, and this is addressed to Sam I Am. Okay, so real hypothetical and assumptive question, but something I think XRP hodlers should think about. The allegations against Brad and Chris aren't pretty. I personally think XRP will be fine through this, but as Ripple is the largest custodian and driver for the XRPL, if the CEO and chair are forced to settle and step down from the company, which is, I think, a good possibility if these accusations are true, the question is who at Ripple has the same drive and qualified experience to run the company going forward? This is a really good question. We have always seen Brad Garlinghouse at the helm, and along with Chris Larsen, these are the two biggest figures there at Ripple. So who would have the experience? Who would have, the know-how to navigate the Ripple ship in the future if this were to happen? I'm assuming it may have to be internal since the crypto space is new, and they have to have working knowledge of Ripple software and XRP markets. My real concern about this is the lawsuit may not cause Ripple and their dreams to go up in flames, but it may slow them down and take the wind out of their sails for a while. This wouldn't kill XRP, but Ripple is a heavy force behind it, and it could affect the future. Just a thought that I've been having. I'm curious if you've had the same thought. Other opinions also welcome, and he tagged me in this tweet here. So thanks so much, Crypto Outdoorsman, for posting that. And I think you're right. I think if Brad and Chris were to step down, that could, the optics obviously doesn't look good. And, we could even technically see XRP price go down even further if that were the case. But I think there would be a grace period. I think that those guys likely have some ideas of who they would want to run the company. I'm sure that there's a board of directors there who would vote in an appropriate person in the crypto space. Of course, let's not forget there are a lot of people at Ripple, a lot of qualified people. I don't necessarily think it would need to be somebody internally, but somebody with the know-how, of course, somebody with cryptocurrency experience, definitely. It's an interesting question. I couldn't think of somebody offhand, but it is something that I'm sure will be because let's not forget, at the end of the day, Ripple is a $10 billion company. They are not just going to pick any Tom, Dick, or Harry to run the company. It's going to be like any big corporation. They're going to do their due diligence. They're going to pick the best person for the job and hopefully steer the ship in the right direction if this happens this way. And I know David Schwartz made an appearance on the DAVIDGOKHSHTEIN Unfiltered podcast. I don't know if you guys caught it. I will link it down here in the description down here in this video. Some really interesting information, and Daily Hodl actually picked up on some of it. So this from Michael at Val5 Links, reposting this. So Ripple executive says it becomes impossible for company to give away its massive XRP holdings. This is what David Schwartz was mentioning on the podcast. He was also responding to crypto enthusiasts on Twitter who believe Ripple's biggest sin was the way the company managed its holdings of more than half of the total supply of XRP. So he addressed this. David Schwartz asked his followers what the company should have done and says Ripple's early attempts at giving away XRP caused huge collateral damage. What do you think we should have done? And this is an interesting question that I addressed in another video. I'll link that video up here. I did a few days ago now. What should we have done? As soon as there was a market price, giveaways stopped working. At first, we were giving it away. Everyone who wanted it was using it, but once it had a market price, giveaways were just gamed by people who immediately sold, and they caused huge collateral damage. So this is what happens, right? You give something away for free, and as soon as it commands a market price on the open market, and I have a feeling that this is what some XRP hodlers were thinking with the Flare token, or the Spark token rather, that as soon as you get your Spark token, you'll just sell it right away. Well, this is why they're choosing to distribute it, or probably partially why they're deciding to distribute it in the way that they are, to prevent this from happening, essentially. When asked whether Ripple should have committed its XRP directly to the development of the XRP ledger itself, Schwartz questioned the amount of risk involved in such a move. At that time, we would have had no idea what to commit it to. You're imagining we somehow commit to unchangeable rules very early, taking the risks we guess wrong. As for whether he feels good about how XRP has been used, Schwartz says he thinks Ripple did a good but not perfect job managing its holdings. I think we faced some unprecedented challenges and did a good job overall. Not perfect. I don't think making big irrevocable commitments earlier would be helped, and it definitely didn't seem prudent at the time. The biggest problem was that we didn't want to hold XRP forever, but giving it away became impossible. It was a bizarre challenge. Lockups don't work too well either. So, they were trying to come up with a way to distribute the XRP, and I think that this is part of the problem here. Brad and Chris despite what they did personally, I think what they did professionally and what Ripple did from that standpoint of trying to distribute XRP, I think the optics actually look a lot worse than what their strategy actually was. I think their strategy was to try to just get it into the ecosystem, and they were trying to think of different ways to do this. And, at the end of the day, the SEC is suggesting, look, what you were doing was akin to what we think is distributing an illegal security, and therefore this is why you're being slapped with the lawsuit. So David Schwartz clearing some of that up. I hope you guys have taken this in, really understand what is going on with this lawsuit, and really realize fundamentally XRP not in as bad a position as all these panic sellers thought it was. XRP under 30 cents in 2021. Boy, never thought we'd see that coming. And this from XRP Crypto Wolf, Ripple CTO David Schwartz says U.S. laws on crypto are vague. And yeah, this is part of the problem. On that podcast, that DAVIDGOKHSHTEIN podcast, he said, this pain, it'll be all worth it if we get the clarity. And that also gave me hope that David Schwartz has, confidence in what's happening with Ripple, has confidence in XRP, the XRPL. David Schwartz is decrying maximalism in the crypto space, whether it's for Bitcoin, Ethereum, or even his own company's favorite asset, XRP. The CTO talks a little bit about, this attitude of shutting the door behind them, basically wanting the clarity for yourself and letting all other crypto projects fail. It was an interesting interview. I suggest you guys watch it if you get a chance. He goes on to say, I'm not a maximalist. I think the technology is still very, very immature. And one of the things that worries me particularly about maximalists is that they're kind of trying to get Bitcoin through and slam the door behind them, or get Ethereum through and slam the door behind them. And I wouldn't even want that to happen to get XRP through the door and slam it behind us, because the next project could do better, he says. I'm not going to say that we did everything right. I think we did a lot of things right. I think we made things better. We didn't make things worse, but maybe there are some other projects that I haven't had the patience to look at and that have done better things than what we have done. And that's good. I'm a technology maximalist, he says. I want the best technologies to win, and I don't want regulation, even when it benefits Ripple or benefits XRP or benefits projects that I'm invested in, to slam the door shut. So Schwartz also briefly commented on the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission's recently filed case against Ripple, although he even mentioned on the podcast he cannot talk at length about what is going on here. The SEC is alleging XRP is an unregistered security, as we all know. He says it's not that the laws are bad, he says that they are vague, and that I've said before, the United States seems to be one of the few countries where regulators will turn around and tell you, oh, you should have realized what you are doing is illegal, when all along what you've been asking is to try to find what the parameters were. So David Schwartz, a little critical of how the system is working, clearly very critical because of what the company is going through at this moment. But Ripple had been being investigated since April 2019, and so they didn't let us know that, but I'm sure there was some kind of confidentiality measures there. Had it gotten out sooner, I don't know. Maybe had they said something, had somebody leaked an anonymous document or something, had we known sooner, maybe we would have even gotten clarity sooner. I don't know. All I do know is that the people at the company know what they were doing. It's been the same story since the beginning. I personally don't think there was too much nefarious going on from the company standpoint. I can't speak to what Brad and Chris did with XRP for their own personal gain or not. I mean, it's an alleged accusation at this time. But despite all this, guys, I want to bring you to this next tweet from David Schwartz, retweeted out by XRP Crypto Wolf. So this is David Schwartz's crypto portfolio, and this is a tweet directly from him. Note that this is not necessarily what I choose to hold now. I just kind of wound up here due to airdrops and other circumstances, roughly in order of position size. So as you can see here, XRP number 1 on his list, followed by BTC, Ethereum, BAT token, XLM, ADA, Polymath, BNT, Kin, Cryptarium, StormX, Bitcoin, Gold, and EOS. That makes up David Schwartz's portfolio. Of course, he says not necessarily his choice. This is just how it wound up. This is just a flash in the pan, guys. XRP trading right now, 23 cents. BTC, let's bring it up here real quick, trading above $31,000. The crypto market is soaring. I have a feeling that anybody in this space is going to do really, really well, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.